Hello, book lovers and fantasy readers. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dane, and today I wanted to go over the first 4 chapters of a book I've just started called The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I picked this up a little while ago and it sat on my bookshelf until now. It has a quintessential fall vibe, not only just in the cover art, but in the feel of the book itself. For those of you that are unfamiliar and want a quick synopsis, it's about a family, particularly one woman, June. She's the last descendant in her line of a cursed lineage.
Cursed.
So the women in her family had something kind of go wrong with them. Her grandmother suffered from an interesting form of dementia that sort of displaced her mind between 2 realities. And then her mother mysteriously disappeared when she was a baby, leaving June kind of like on the doorstep of, I think, the church or the courthouse, something like that, leaving June's grandmother to raise her. I think this is going to be an interesting read. It's going to have elements of practical magic with sort of like a cursed family and a little bit of Mayfair witches, where you have like a haunting that sort of follows generationally through these women's lives. And I thought we would just go over the first 4 chapters as sort of a book club kind of feel.
Is there a book club? Is there a book club?
In the very first 4 chapters, I would say that the story has just reached all of the plot points that you need to kind of like see where this novel is going to be going. The initial steps are kind of a mournful realization when the grandmother has her funeral and June is there with a very small amount of people. June and her grandmother, amongst all the other people in their lives, run a unique orchard where they grow and sell unregional flowers, which makes them sort of like a unique entity within the area.
Pretty.
And June kind of recognizes that with her grandmother passing, the family curse will probably fall heavily under her, and she's experienced seeing things that aren't there, and it's starting to amplify. So she sees a man on the funeral kind of like at a distance that she anticipates isn't there. She goes to her house, and outside of her door she recognizes the same man silhouetted by the blaze of his cigarette, and she knows that this isn't real, which makes me think that the curse of these women is sort of a parallel understanding of time within a single person. And so their mind, or maybe their spirit, is split between 2 different realities. It'll be interesting to find out exactly what's happening. So within the chapter time frame, June's grandmother seems to have mailed her a letter with a picture inside that has her mother next to some stranger, and it's really old. It's like from 50, 60 years before her mother would have been born, which makes for an interesting sort of initial mystery.
It's a mysterious institution.
Because June obviously has been obsessed with where her mother is and what she's been doing up until this point. So she collected newspaper clippings and investigated her mother, like all evidence of her mother, just to sort of know her and learn her. And she's never seen anything that's related to like a carbon copy of her mother in a picture from 100 years before her mother should have been around. So June is interested in figuring out how this picture came about.
I will solve this case.
And she does so by contacting the courthouse, and she has a connection there, and she finds or asks for any information regarding Nathaniel Rutherford. That's the man that's standing next to her mom, or the individual that looks a lot like her mom in the picture. Because if you flipped it over, I think there was like evidence to suggest that it was Nathaniel Rutherford, who was a minister in town that was murdered. One of the first and maybe only murders that this town has experienced. He was found in a river upstream of a waterfall with evidence or at least an indication of foul play. So because of that sort of story, Courthouse was able to track down like a marriage license between June's mom and this minister. So everything is aligning that her mother actually went back in time and then married this guy, this minister, and then this minister died and is also the phantom mysterious man that seems to be haunting June. So the person that she saw at the funeral and then on her porch, and is sort of like lingering in essence and in feeling. But that's where the first 4 chapters kind of leave off in terms of events. Where the story might want to go is, so you have this event, so you have this flower event. There's some kind of it's not a flower event, it's some kind of like fair that's going to be happening. And Nathaniel Rutherford was killed at 8 p.m. during the same fair in his time. And then this fair is going to be happening with June, and her orchard or her flower farm supplies the flowers every year for this event. So she's going to be integrated with it. And I can see it happening where at the same time in this fair, June will perhaps get transported back in time to, or at least glimpse this time where Nathaniel Rutherford was murdered, and kind of like go back to, or maybe a few days before the events that unfolded, to like see her mom, see this guy that married her mom, Nathaniel Rutherford or whatever. Maybe that's even her dad. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense if they were married, and kind of see how this curse is going to be maybe lifted, explored, experienced. Like the title of the book is The Unmaking of June Farrow, which doesn't bode well for her like eventual outcome.
You in danger, girl.
But I'm interested to keep following this story. It has flavors of loss and grief, and also fear of yourself, losing yourself. And these are all sort of themes that fall nicely in the realm of fall, because you have the season is changing, things are quieting, things are getting like more still and settled. This book sort of, it feels very akin to those emotions. So I'm hoping to continue it, and I hope you come along for the journey. Like and subscribe if you found this interesting, or if you'd like to. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Thanks again, and take care. Bye.